one wishes to be well, wishes to have the full form of self in terms of your physical capabilities, I suggest you do as I've been trying to do, which is notice every time I have crossed the line in my own mind into a fear mindset, I gently bring it back, because fear is not my choice. But figuring out why I'm afraid and solving it is also part of the program. Fear, therefore, causes us to hold back on our nutrition, and as a result of that experience of deficiency, our bodies become weak and ill. And we're not capable of doing what we wanted to do, which was have some fun and enjoy our lives. And do it in a way that's specific to us, based on our inspired path, but that true joy that you've realized, that experience that you really wish to have, will require you to face your fears, natural deficiencies to not just your diet, but your life. Do you contract? Do you choose to go with the contraction? Once you've realized that it's been your way for a while, do you choose in this moment to forgive as you explore the source of your fear so that you may mitigate that which the emotional guidance system has told you is not an experience that you're into? And you decide to take action, to check your parachute. As we say, check your handles and your pins. Because the job is complicated. And it requires your courage. And it requires your rejuvenation in the moment of greatest darkness to remember what the light is and its infinite availability. In the moment of greatest darkness, when the ego finds itself alone, and the realization of a judged truth about one's self-condemnation and definition in that role which you had played. But it is also possible to linger in the heavy-handedness of that judgment and experience a patient moment of grace in a listening outside of self into self, the larger self. And when you wonder longer and why God's eyes twinkle so when God observes you, the ego can melt into the presence and congruence with the return to the oneness that is self, the self that is love. And the ego says, yeah, I get all that, but I'm really angry though. And I have all these reasons All these reasons that I have to get into and forgive. And disidentify as self beyond a gentle remembering of what it was. When the primary focus of the ego is the service to all, to look outside as one remembers self. To look with the loving eyes that you have in the gentle way that your softest self is capable of channeling the perspective of the warmness, of the kindness, of the release when once again, even a perfect perspective falls into separation mind, finds itself alone again. In the shame of one's mistakes and crashes and wrinkled airplane wings, the pilot arises again and remembers that a pilot knows how to fly. One landing, even two, doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't a better pilot within you.